You're welcome back. You're watching Firecrackers, wherever you're watching from around the world. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's shift our focus now very quickly and get to talk about climate change and the ecosystem. And joining us live tonight is Chiemeka Chidozie, the CEO and founder of Humane Global Network Africa. He also has affiliations with the United Nations as regards the African Network for Animal Welfare. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you very much.
And of course, joining us virtually, a regular on the show as well, Ademola Oyetunji joins us live from Ota in Ogun State, the President Gold Mines Growers. Ademola, thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us tonight. I also understand from the United States we do have Austin also standing by. Austin will come to you very, very quickly, hopefully, in the course of the show. But gentlemen, let's get talking. This issue of climate change, this issue of the ecosystems, just how worried should we be, I mean, as regards what is playing out in our environment, especially ahead of the World Environment Day?
But what I feel is very important is this, as far as environment is concerned, it affects everybody. And that is when the ecosystem comes in.
Okay.
The ecosystem encompasses plants, animals, even we human beings. And so when the ecosystem is affected, everybody is likely going to be affected. And that's why we must try our possible best to ensure that our environment is well kept clean. Because if it's not well kept clean, it affects the climate change. When we're talking about climate change, it's the same thing as also the global warming. The climate change is, like I said, that the global warming is one part of the climate change.
Okay.
So when the environment is not well taken care of, it will affect the ecosystem.
All right.
Of course, the ecosystem, like I said, talks about the animals and the plants. So animals are part of the ecosystem. The plants also are part of the ecosystem.
All right, let's get the opening thoughts of Ademola, who is also following the conversation. Ademola, what are your opening thoughts as regards this issue? How worried should we be as regards the ecosystem, as well as the issues of climate change and the fact that animals and plants they get to play a major role in this fight or cause?
Really? Thank you for the opportunity bringing me on board again. We, like the man have rightly said, ecosystem, the plant, the animal, the bacteria, and even the external one, which like sound, and all of these things have things to do together. So it works together, and that's why you see that recently we are crying, the farmers are crying that because of climate change, we are having issue regarding planting, getting good yield, getting good results, plant-wise, and that's the reason why we have to adopt a couple of technology, a couple of things now, to improve on the agricultural practice, that is a good agricultural practice, gaps. So it's something that one is leaning on the other. So it's not something that one can isolate. So I would say that each of the factor, plants is needing, animal is needing, and also even bacteria. So it works together, and it's something, of course, to talk about.
Is the government doing enough to protect our environment, especially in Nigeria and in the continent? Of course, we understand there was a meeting very recently, the virtual meeting. I understand President Buhari contributed to that. But do you think we are doing enough as a country, as a continent, to preserve our environment?
As we have it, government is not doing enough. They are trying, but that's not to say that we have reached. If I say that they are up to capacity, I would say that everything is okay, and that is government is trying. Where we are now is not where we are 5-10 years before now, but we have not still not done enough as a government. Reason is this: we are talking of environment, ecosystem, because security is one of the reasons why is not government is not doing enough. Because if a farm is not secure, environment is not secure, tell me, how do you want to get best feed? How do you want to get good agricultural practice done and everything? So farmers we speak now, you know, we are farming in fear, and that's the reason why you see that a reasonable number of people who are interested in farming in agric are not venturing because of security. So for me, government is trying, but they are not doing enough regarding that.
All right, let me bring that question back here, Chiemeka. Let me ask you the same question. Is the government doing enough? And maybe to add to that is just how essential are animals in this part of the world. You know, when I was chatting with you, I had to ask you, I said, in this part of the world, we eat everything. We eat from snakes to cats to dogs. Okay, I don't eat dogs. I mean, but so is the government doing enough? And then to also add to that, just how essential are animals in this fight?
You know, like I said, animals are part of the ecosystem. And of course, I can say that the government is trying, but they should do more. You know, why I say they should do more is because, you know, we have some laws in Nigeria that are not working. Like the Animal Welfare Act, the Nigerian Criminal Code, you know, that protects the abuse of animals. You know, if government can create more awareness, that would be very good. You know, come up with a law, and not just making a law. Those laws should be enacted and implemented. That anybody who is caught abusing the animals should be fined.
How do you abuse animals in this part of the world? How do we? Please help me understand.
I want to talk about animal abuse. It has to do with the illegal killing of the animals. And I think we also have it in the Nigerian Constitution, 1990. You know, chapter 50. You know, I think it is spelled there that so, animals should not be illegally
killed. So, what is the legal aspect? I raise a dog. When I don't feel like keeping a dog, for a Calabar man, you eat the dog. I mean, I raise birds. When I don't feel like keeping them anymore, is that illegal?
I would say it's not illegal. You know what I mean? Animal abuse.
Okay.
It has to do with the legal killing of the animals, where the animals are being maltreated. Of course, God gave us dominion. They should have power over the animals. Yes,
because I just practically I want to know how animals can be abused. I mean,
you know, I remember I was once on a local TV, you know, where I was being asked the same questions. You know, so while the guy was interviewing me, then he played a short video of a man who had 5 dogs.
Okay.
Then the man hanged the 5 dogs and he was beating them. That is animal abuse. That is animal suffering.
Okay, animal so like when you starve them as well, that's animal abuse.
Of course, you know, this is animal abuse. You know, the maltreatment. You know, when you refuse to give them food, when you refuse to take care of them, you know, when you maltreat them also, you know. Of course, they deserve the same right we also deserve.
Okay, let me also.
So they should be taken care of.
Then, how do animals contribute to preserving our environment? We now find ourselves in an era where you can't even detect which is rainy season and which is dry season. I mean, it does appear, as for people say, the weather or climate has been damaged. I don't know how people say it's now. Some people say we don't even have ozone layer anymore. You know, well, how do animals contribute to ensuring that we can preserve the ecosystem, can preserve climate and all of that?
Like I said, animals are part of the ecosystem. You know, I remember that I was at the last World Earth Day, and which, you know, the World Earth Day, you know, it was celebrated at the Lufasi Park, you know, where we have Mr. Desmond Majakudumi, who is the owner of that park. You know, we discovered that when I go there, I discovered that some of these animals are not there again. You know, just few animals. And I think
that also begs the question of our zoos in Nigeria generally.
That's what I'm telling you. You know, the law in Nigeria does not.
So they have to do something about that. All right, Ademola, we have to go now, but just one final question: how can we fix this?
Well, thank you. Is that we have to do more in the area of number one.
Because if you are with us, okay, yeah, go ahead, please.
I'll rely more on plants. If we have to, and as well, I can't even say that without even interfering with animal. And if we have to do something better result, we have to change our approach, our way we do things. Like my brother actually rightly said, there are a lot of couple of things, laws that have been made over time but not implemented. There are a lot of things that we need to do. One, on the area of security, which is very germane to me as a farmer and as head of farmers. We have to do more securing securing the ecosystem, and we have to follow the existing law. We have to implement it later. Then the government assistance as well is not limited to say we have allocated so X billions of naira to agribusiness, but in practice, in reality, our farmers are not feeling it. Paraventure is going to some sect who, of course, are not even using it for purpose. So in getting all this done, if fund is allocated to agribusiness or a sector, we need to have a valuation team that follow it and say, oh, what is this thing used for? Where is it? So people can see it in reality. Because in the area of plant that I said, if we are plant enough, if we are get enough, we will not be talking that if we don't open our border, we will not be food secure. That means if we are not food secure, that means where are we? So I want to see how the government will come with evaluation team that will follow all the government intervention programs later and see that this money actually gets to the real people who, of course, it is meant for. So going forward.
All right, Ademola, thank you so much for your thoughts and valid insights. Chiemeka, finally, in your concluding thoughts, how can we fix this problem?
Yes, that's a very good question. We can fix this problem when the government comes in. You know, it's very important. Government is a good agent. And they're the only way that can stop this menace, this abuse of the animals. So government can play a major role, by creating awareness.
All right.
Come up with, actions, laws. When I mean laws that should be enacted. I think we have it in the Nigerian Constitution. It has to be implemented. Okay. That whoever is caught abusing the animals, like we have in the Constitution, the person should be sentenced. I think it's for 6 months. Or the person should pay a fine. If government can come in, every Nigerian.
I'm just wondering.
And again, I just have to do this. And again, individual towards a Nigerian, we can also, we shall also come into this issue. Very important. That even Nigerians need to create awareness,
all right.
To show kindness and compassion for the animals.
Gee, that's a good place to anchor our conversation. We have only just scratched this on the surface. Hopefully, we can delve even deeper some other time on the program. We'd like to thank you most kindly, CEO and founder, Humane Global Network, Africa Network for Animal Welfare, accredited by the United Nations, Chiemeka Chidozie. Thank you so much for coming tonight and joining us virtually, of course, Ademola Oyetunji, live from Ota in Ogun State, the President, Gold Mine Growers. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming